2022. The second week of January is here, and we've had some messy weather this week. This has many of us thinking about booking a sunny vacation to a tropical destination. Lucky we have CAA Atlantic's Julia Kent on speed dial, and we welcome her this morning. Good morning, Julia.
Good morning.
I bet when it starts to get nasty out there, the bookings start rolling in. Is that true?
Well, it's funny you say that because we actually have seen a complete recovery since pre-pandemic, and travel has never been busier for CAA Atlantic or for the travel industry at large. So yeah, positive things. Cost of living is not affecting people's desire to travel, but the winter months definitely are, in the sense that people want to book, and they are booking right now.
So let's focus on those kind of sun destinations. There are a lot of them in different places. Any advice to narrow it down?
Well, I think the very first thing that I recommend is always working with a travel advisor, because they have been to a plethora of places and can give you really good advice on what type of vacation you're looking for. So you could do an all-inclusive, you could do a cruise, you could take the kids to Disney, you could do a Euro adventure. It all depends on the style of vacation that you're looking for. This time of year, a lot of people want warm weather and, you know, the fly and flop. They just want to go somewhere and relax. And so working with a travel advisor is a really good idea to kind of narrow it down on the type that you're looking for.
Yes, you can answer questions. For example, they might ask you questions like, do you like to, is eating important to you? Is dancing important to you? I've had that experience in the past, and it's been really, really helpful. I hear adventure vacations actually are increasing. Instead of the fly and flop, it's like fly and, get out there and do something you've never done before.
Absolutely. So it depends on really your stage of life. So those that are living a really maybe working, busy, small kids are looking for a little bit more relaxation this time of year. But some people that are looking for, the trip of a lifetime might be looking at spring when the weather's a little bit better, maybe over in Europe or somewhere else in the world. So it depends. It depends on what you're looking for specifically. And, travel advisors are invaluable when it comes to that. And as well, I should mention narrowing down your budget, which is a really big factor in where you go. And again, travel advisors can help with that.
All right, that's a great question. So when it comes to budgeting, should you say, I want sun and I've got X number of dollars, and then give that with the travel agent to work with? Like, I'm curious about how that conversation gets started.
Totally. So I would say dates as well. So dates, budget, and type of vacation. And, there's different criteria. So, for example, my husband and I are celebrating our 10th wedding anniversary next year. And I've told my travel advisor, this is my budget. These are the weeks I'm willing to travel. And I would like to go anywhere that is one flight only. And the reason that I said no connections, so one direct, is because I want to minimize room for error. And as air travel is increasingly unpredictable, we will say, direct flights are so important, especially to Atlantic Canadians that are so used to traveling through Montreal or Toronto or even Halifax for a lot of the Maritimes. So that's my criteria, but that's just an example.
Let's talk about all-inclusives for a second. We've had a question from our control room. Is that the best way to save money? For example, let's just say you aren't a big eater or you don't drink alcohol. Maybe there's a better way you should go. I'm just curious if that's really the best way to get value.
It depends. Everybody's priorities are different. And it depends. Like, you can get, trips with no drink packages, sometimes for more expensive than one with a drink package included. It really fluctuates. I wouldn't say that there's a hard and fast rule there, for sure.
Okay, and quickly, if you just, budget is important to you, are there any areas where you may want to consider splurging a bit just to have a better experience?
I think an area that you should splurge on is travel insurance, honestly. Protect your investment. This is your vacation. These are your memories. This is potentially the only vacation you take, or maybe the only for, the next 5 years, 10 years, whatever. So it's really important to protect your investment. So I think travel insurance, actually, I wouldn't even say that's a splurge necessarily. Yeah. I think it's a necessity. But yeah, I would say it depends on your priorities. If you're a foodie, tell your travel advisor that. Look for a place that is renowned for food, or what have you. So yeah, it depends on your priorities for sure.
Well, it sounds like just about anything goes, Julia. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us this morning.
Oh, my pleasure. And one last thing, don't forget your passport.
Oh my gosh, yeah, great question. Great point, rather. Okay, Julia, have a great day.
Yes, you too.
That was Julia Kent from CAA Atlantic. We thank her for joining us this morning because it is a slippery one out there. Here's a look at the weather with Dan.